Hi everyone, John Doyle from OptixEQ. Today I want to preview the Stephen Foster, which is going to be run Saturday at Churchill Downs at 9 furlongs, a $1 million race, usually a great race. And I think this is another good betting opportunity in this race. So let's dig in. Let's look at the plot. It's a plot fit of red. Usually we kind of like, oh, this is not a race that we want to kind of hunker down on. But I think we can interpret the plot even though it's red. The contention is a flame and speed rating is low. We start with the number 6, the Classic Causeway. That's the front runner. You see, he's an E. That means he needs the lead to win. We didn't like the fact that in his last race, he had trouble at the start. That's never good for a front runner. So he's a little suspect. His current form is suspect. His form, if you can see his surface distance, is actually he has a disadvantage of the second call, which is not good for a front runner. And that's because he's really probably best at a marathon. He used to be best at a marathon turf horse when you look at his form. But he's a horse that, if he can get brave on the lead, maybe he can hang on for a piece, but just for the win end, not liking him. If you look at some of the statistics stuff, like he's below on plot, what does that mean? Relative to the other horses, shape, sizes at this surface and distance at Churchill, percentage-wise, that's a below position. And also note that the number 2 First Mission is also below. I mean, he's the 6-5 morning line favorite. More on him, especially the fact that he's come out of 2 perfect trip races. So it's a horse that we might want to consider betting against. And in fact, with this information, I would have to say I'm going to do that. Because notice 3 back, his other grade 1 attempt, he couldn't keep up and ran a terrible C. So that's a horse I'm going to probably try to short here and look for some value elsewhere. When you look at some of the pressers, the 7, King's Barn, my little concern about him is another horse that's in quadrant 3. He is a square. He is closer than the 1. Just a little concerned that he may need to expend some energy to keep up. He's okay. I'm just thinking that there might be some better opportunities. And I think the 9 is in a better position because this is a horse that can press. Skippy Longstocking can press and win. He's in good form. He's consistent and probably a better alternative, but the price is going to be the issue there, right? Because Skippy Longstocking is 5-2. Another horse that looks like sits right off of this bunch based on the plot is number 4, Disarm. Should be in a good spot. Don't understand the speed figure in last race. He was coming back. But this horse is a grade 1 caliber horse, finished second in the Travers last year. Maybe he needed the race, even though he won, it was just like kind of a slow race. So just a little concerning there, but he plots very well, sits, and he could sit the right trip off of some of these speeds and be right there to pounce. So, I mean, from the early pace perspective, 4 and the 9 to me look better than some of these others. Horses that'll be probably coming from a little bit off of it are the 3, the 5, and the 8. The 3 just looks like kind of a toss. You see, I just noticed too with the 1, 2, notice the red coloring of their run style. That means that it doesn't match the plot. So it's a negative run style for the plot today. So this horse could be in another race and the plot will look different, right? But today's plot, this horse doesn't kind of fit. You can see it's a big circle. It's got to come from behind. Not good. The 8 is a little bit, kind of interesting in the sense that this horse kind of fits on most of these things. He's a little bit above on the plot. But I just wanted to let's take a quick look. The one concern I have with the 8 is that the distance. Let's just look at his races at the distance. He hasn't run his best races at today's distance. That's my concern. So yeah, I think he's just been better as a 1-turn horse. So that's my little concern with that horse. I don't argue if you want to look at him maybe for an underneath position. But the other horse that I thought was very interesting was Dreamlike. This is a horse that, he kind of fits on all the categories, a little bit below average on the plot, but I think he's going to it's a weird plot. So I think he could, if they really kind of heat it up and the 6 kind of wants to hang around, he can come run late, maybe pick up some of them, come right behind, maybe even though the 4 gets first run, he comes right behind Disarm and gets into the number. He had a better than looked effort last time, so that's kind of going for him in the blame. This is 3rd off a layoff. Lots of positive things. He fits on, like I said, on speed. A little bit below average on plot, but again, we talked about that, and above average on class. So this horse fits. He's 10-1, and could be a good horse to use. So for me, the keys are 4 and 5, and I think the logical shorter price horse is the Skippy Longstocking because he's just so consistent that he, be a good chance to get in the number of first or second too. So that's my analysis of the Stephen Foster. Check this out on OptixEQ.com, on both Twitter and also our website. You can see lots of new changes to the plot and to the application. And hopefully this content is suitable to you and something that you enjoy. So thanks for listening and good luck at the races.